that is correct. It is that time of year again. I'm rolling around with the windows down, breeze blowing in, which means one thing. The bass are hitting real good right now. All right guys, I finally found a nice little calm spot on the creek and on the river around my school. This is a pretty highly pressured spot. It seems like there's a lot of people coming around here. There's earthworm cans and stuff like that. But today I basically wanted to show you guys how to use a rig that I take advantage of a lot in the springtime and in the summertime. It's a very finesse style rig that I think a lot of people don't use and that is very underrated, and that is the NEKO rig. So for this rig, you'll need 3 essential things. Number 1, the nail. Now you can use a tungsten nail weight for this, but honestly, I find that just buying any old hardware nails from a hardware store or a Walmart works really well. Number 2 is your hook. Now the hook I like to use for this rig is a small octopus hook or a small drop shot hook, but basically any small finesse worm hook will work really well. And the third and final aspect of this rig is your worm. Now you can use any stick style worm you want to. Today I'm using a Mismo Bait Company little cut tail worm. You can use Senkos, Exo sticks, any style of worm that you want to. Basically all you need is a flat end on one side. So a NEKO rig is kind of a variation of a wacky rig in a way. You have your worm, and like I said, you want to have a flat end of your worm, and that's where your nail weight is going to go in. So you're going to put the nail weight in the top end of this flat end of the worm, and just basically put it the whole way down through there until the nail goes the whole way in and is flush with the top of the bait, so that nail isn't sticking out at all. Now basically the point of that is to add weight to the front end of that bait to drag it down like this. And then when you jig it, it's gonna come like this and drag down straight down again. So it adds a different style and a different movement to the bait that fish a lot of times have never seen before. Now the next thing you have to do to rig this bait up is to put the hook in the worm. Where in a wacky rig you go through the side, this one you're gonna go straight down vertically with the back. So what I usually like to do is I like to look at the bait and I like to pick the middle of the bait, and I like to go just left of that towards the end. So if the middle is here, I'm gonna come right to the left of that and put my hook in right here. The way you want to rig this hook is you always want to have the hook facing up to get that good hook set in the fish's mouth. You want to start the hook in like this, a little bit towards left that middle, so it's just in like that, and then just curl it out. And that's all you have to do. You don't want to put the hook the whole way through or through the bottom side. You just want to have it in there and curled out, just so it's kind of in there enough to hold it on and enough to jig it. And that is how you hook it. But that should be your final product right there. All right guys, let's get to fishing with it. So I said earlier that this rig is very similar to the whack rig, and that mostly comes into play on how you work the rig. So what we're gonna do is have a nice slow retrieve, just bobbing it off the ground, picking that bait up off the bottom of the water column, letting it drop back down straight with that nail weight. Let it sit for a minute, jig it up, let it drop back down.